On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
You can't do that. If you can't create that environment, you can't ask for the same thing that I'm getting from my chick.
Anton,
my chick moves based off of the fact that she don't have to compete with people like me in the workforce every day.
Hey, Anton, if you gonna keep using my talking points, at least cash app a nigga.
What you mean? That's the
You
real
asking
skill.
another man for money? What in the hell is going on here?
Get the fuck
I'm about to cash app you, Mr. Logic. I'm gonna cash app you.
Yeah, this never shut up.
What's Mr. Logic? Push your cash app in the back cat. I'm about to cash app you, big dog.
Oh, okay.
Ew.
Hey, but he's right, because I mean that's what I preach. You know what I'm saying? I said that, and everybody looked at me like I had a dick on my forehead, because the thing is, I said that, you know what? And if you want a woman to do these things, then therefore you must provide her the time. You can't want her to cook and clean, take care of the kids, and do all that if you don't provide her the time.
But no, I was speaking generally.
Okay, yeah, because if you read, it said, "Don't marry for love, marry for legacy. Don't marry the man, marry."
Again, not about.
Okay. All right, you're right then. All right, I'll fall back then.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Courtney.
Okay.
Michelle.
Yeah. So I think we're conflating the two. So what I said was that for a woman, her looks is her currency, and that's what gets you in the door. And then what I said for men, what women should not be focused on is generally what the man just looks like. That we need to focus on more about that man being a protector and a provider. That's exactly what I said.
So this is one of those like double standard moments.
Well, life is a double standard, so yeah. But it is,
clarifying.
but I mean, a double standard doesn't negate what life is and what it is. Women's looks is our currency.
So you think we're the same then?
I get it. I'm just clarifying if this was one of those moments.
To answer the question specifically, honestly, gosh, I just think that the guys that complain about women that are super successful can't get them. They just can't get them. And honestly, like, I don't think that there's a blueprint specifically to the cadence of how people operate within their environment. Like, your environment is going to dictate how it is, you know, who you attract and how you rock. We'll use some famous examples. Gucci Mane and Keisha Kior, right? They don't have a traditional marriage. And listen, I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with marriages today is that everybody is trying to live based off of yesteryear when there is no specific blueprint, because your grandfather and your grandmother, they was fucked up too. And so because y'all think that they had this ideal situation just because they stayed together when they was absolutely positively under duress, and he was out fucking around and he got a bunch of kids and she was out doing whatever she wanted to do when the milkman came by, does not mean that that was what a successful marriage is. Yes, we want to say that marriage rates is down or whatever, so on and so forth. It might have should have been down back then, because if you do a DNA test, your daddy probably ain't even your daddy. So there is no specific blueprint to what a marriage. Listen, this is fucking 2022. If you still depending on a woman to cook and clean for you, honestly, if that is the vetting specification for why it is that you're going to marry this woman, you are going to be fucked up and your marriage is going to be messed up. I'm just telling you, real talk. If that is the criteria of whether or not she cooks and cleans, I'm telling you, you are going to have it fucked up. Real talk. Because at some point, them kids is going to grow up and they're going to be going to school every day. And then you're going to have to live with each other. And let me tell you what's really happening out here. People was together for a long time, but once the kids grew up and they didn't have that to depend on anymore, they no longer fucked with each other. Everybody got divorced. When people was going to work every day and they had other things that they was dependent on in order to make themselves feel good or substantiate who they are, and then when the pandemic hit and they had to live together, people were fucked up. And they didn't really like each other because they didn't really know each other. And people are leaning on things of yesteryear that was not actually substantiated to be the most successful thing, right? People did not even want to be in those situations, but they would stand just because they was under duress. And if we don't change the formula for how it is that we look at people and how it is that we determine in what a successful marriage look like, and that's why I'm saying it's a difference between just getting married and being successfully married. Y'all gonna continue to get the same results of your grandfather and your grandmother of yesteryear. The only difference is that she didn't have no choice but to stay. That's the only difference.
I don't know. My
There's
grandmother loved my
choices now.
granddad.
Yeah, I call bullshit on that.
Yeah, I do
My
too.
grandfather does have like kids, like places.
I mean that they put up with a
y'all,
lot
y'all
more.
vetting criteria. Let's get to it then. So y'all vetting criteria is what?
For like
Give me
40
y'all
years.
criteria for how it is that you would choose a spouse.
My vetting criteria was that my spouse or my girlfriend at the time, who I was taking seriously, had to be raised with both her parents inside the home.
Cool.
She was raised in a household with both her fucking parents.
Mine's wasn't.
That was the number one.
Mine's
criteria.
wasn't. There is no criteria. I'll give you another example, Quest. Your marriage, according to how you described it, is not traditional.
It's definitely not traditional.
It's not traditional.
No.
But it works.
And just
Are you happily? Would you consider, honestly? Hopefully your chick is asleep. Give me a real talk. Would you consider yourself happily married?
Yeah, no, I'm happily married. But no,
you are not in a traditional marriage.
To your point, my shit is not traditional.
But Anton, I don't
what are we talking about?
I don't think, because how he speaks about his wife, even when he answered the question, he said she has all these accolades, but she doesn't lead with that. She says, I'm a wife first. So it doesn't mean that we're not traditional for sure.
Courtney, that is a talking point. You know what she do every day, according to what Quest said? She go to work. She go to work.
Right.
And she take care of business.
But
she was raised to be a wife, though.
We all have to work.
What is raised to be a wife? What does that mean?
Okay.
We
all.
What does it mean? I'm curious.
Okay.
Right,
we all have to go to work. So we live in
No,
a
we all don't.
We all have to go to
No, we all don't.
I have a lot of friends that don't do no work.
Okay, well, I don't know about your friends, Kayla. You have your friends.
There are
You work. You work.
Kayla,
I'm not talking about your friends. You work. You work. I work.
This is not
we have to work.
I'm doing this because I have to.
Well, if the majority of women, no, you're speaking to my point. You're speaking to my point. If the majority of women are working, then that would tell you that those are not traditional principles of what it takes in order to really be able to move in a marriage from a wife perspective.
Okay, so do this.
But my grandmother worked too.
Okay, so
my grandmother didn't work.
Let's do this. Since we was using Quest as an example, right? Let's continue to use Quest. Quest, do your wife have to work?
Unfortunately, because she is locked into a military.
No. We ain't gonna get to that. But I'm saying
financially.
Hold up.
Are you asking financially?
Is your name Quest?
I'm asking to clarify.
Answer your question. No, I don't think
your wife don't have to work, right? So now, when you met your wife, was she in the Air? Damn, can I say that?
She was in the Air Force.
She was in the Air Force. Was she over 10 years?
No, not at the time.
She was over 10 years, but she was already a careerist, though. She determined sometime that she wanted to be a careerist, right?
Yes.
So she was more or less locked in, correct?
Yeah, not really, but yeah, all right.
You said locked in, right?
Okay.
So like you, the thing is with you, I know, because I know your pay scale, I know your retirement, I know everything you got. I know that you can physically take care of your family and more with what you make.
And yeah, not just what I make.
And
not
what
just
does that
what I
mean?
make,
because she still go to work every day.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish this. Let me finish. Not just to what I make, but if I decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna jump back out there into the career world with my particular set of skills.
Yes,
nigga, it's no fucking question.
Okay, Liam Nielsen. All right, taking two with my particular set of skills.
The thing is, the reason since we was using Quest, he have a particular set of skills.
I know.
We know.
He the first person I apologize to on the panel.
No. You don't know. You're assuming you don't know at all.
You're right. And that's why I apologize. I didn't know if he was going to be at my house the next day, the same way he walked out there to that Tesla the other day.
Well, maybe you ought to watch who you talk shit to.
Nope. Listen, Quest is my guy. I almost sent him a cash app right after that, just to put the cherry on top.
All
But
right.
the point is that at the end of the day,
How you gonna see the point and then you come with some nigga shit and you ain't let me finish the point?
my bad. I thought you was done. We was talking about this particular set of skills. My bad.
Nigga getting bust upside the head. My point I'm making.
Volatile, so volatile.
How am I volatile? You know what I'm saying? Shit, you better ask. I'm the one here to quit in the crew. Do you know the one here to quit is?
Please,
Do you know
please,
what
Logic? Please.
Yeah, we're dislocating
No
our friends, y'all. But let's go. This is what I'm saying. My point is that yes, he's in that position, but he's also in a position to be able to provide for her. If something was to happen to her detrimental, the only reason that she's still riding like that because she got time invested. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's keep it focused. She got time invested in a career, and now it's going to benefit him and her in the next 2 or 3 years. So that's not that for most.
Yeah, no.
But my real point I'm saying is like when we speaking on this, we just got to add context to it. With him, it's special criteria that his old lady.
Which is why I was tiptoeing around that shit earlier.
I saw it. I just want to just bring it to the light that people don't know. You know what, man? I'm tired of this nigga shit today, man.
The problem is the reason why I asked him the question is because how it is that he operates within his marriage, according to what he described to us, is it's not the blueprint how everybody else operate. It ain't how I operate. It ain't how a lot of other people operate. Everybody got a different way in which they move within a relationship or their marriage, right? And I'm saying that the same way that we say black people are not a monolith, every marriage is not a monolith. And the problem is that we're using very specific criteria for how people are supposed to operate, and it does not work all the time for everybody.
But there's a reason for that,
though.
There's a reason why we try to come up with specific criteria, right? Because the odds of having a successful marriage and things like that, your chances go up.
No, it don't, Quest, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because in order to have more of a environment where you can operate, right, the one that Logic just described for you, you'd have to be a type of dude, just like you said, everybody not built like you, everybody not in a position that you are. You got to be the type of dude to be able to provide like that. Most guys that want to get married ain't in that position, and they need a partnership instead of a traditional type of environment. And so you can command that type of respect. You can say, hey, you can operate in your femininity, and your chick gonna say, I'm a wife first, because she knows she don't have to work in order to make sure that y'all household move a certain type of way. But most dudes are not in that position of power. And so you can't use a traditional blueprint for dudes that's looking for a partner.
You can though, Anton. That's my whole
point. You really
point.
can't though, because this is what I was saying the other night when I used the Kevin Hart example. Okay. You can't walk around here like Kevin said in his joke talking about bitch. Like you cannot do that. If you are not Kevin, it just doesn't work like that. It costs to be the boss. Like what the fuck?
This is my point, right? This is what I'm saying, right? Me and Quest is in the same boat, right?
He married though.
Stupid.
Let the man finish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, I can find, like I told you, I can find like 5 of you at the gas station right now.
Yet you're always in Walmart. Go on.
Okay. Now, thank you. The thing is what I'm saying is that he had a plan. I say this. I show you a video in 2001 while I was a young jit in fucking Iraq sitting on a tank, and I was seeing him displaying my plan. I had a plan. He had a plan. Everything that's happening now was based upon the plan that he set out to live. He knew, when I say it's a plan, he knew that he was going to hit 20, he was going to retire. That was a plan. He knew the benefits that came with that. That was part of the plan. So now he knew what he can offer any lady that he messed with. because he had a plan. Now, that's just one way dealing with it in the military, but a plan is a plan.
Okay, cool. So watch this. JR, can you put up that super chat, the $5 super chat from Terrell Xavier? He says, disagree, Anton. A mother's job is to create memories in the house. Well, then that would mean that she wouldn't have to fucking go out and bring in resources and work just as hard as you in order to be able to do that. If cooking is a part of that plan and planning holidays and vacations is a part of that, then you can't tell her that she got to work just as hard as you, be 50-50, sometimes 60-40, and bringing in resources. She got to go out there and work overtime, and she got to fuck off, right? Her back hurt more than yours because your back is actually built to take that. Y'all both working on the line on the plant. And then now you saying that, oh no, her job is to do that. Okay, well, you got to create the environment for her to do that. If you can't do that, if you can't create that environment, you can't ask for the same thing that I'm getting from my chick. My chick moves based off of the fact that she don't have to compete with people like me in the workforce every day.
Hey, Anton, if you're going to keep using my talking points, at least cash app a nigga.
What you mean? That's
another man for money? What in the hell is going on here?
Get the fuck
I'm about to cash app you, Mr. Logic. I'm going to cash app you.
Yeah, this never shut up.
What's Mr. Logic? Push your cash app in the back chat. I'm about to cash app you, big dog.
Oh, okay.
Ew.
Hey, but he's right, because I mean that's what I preach. You know what I'm saying? I said that, and everybody looked at me like I had a dick on my forehead, because the thing is, I said that, you know what? And if you want a woman to do these things, then therefore you must provide her the time. You can't want her to cook and clean, take care of the kids, and do all that if you don't provide her the time.